Manila Arena. We're here in the Philippines.
And welcome to tonight's dose, the Fight Night Champion. Tonight we're playing online head-to-head rather than OWC. I do enjoy head-to-head. I like to match different, fighter skills against different fighters. The only weakness with Fight Night Champion head-to-head is some boxers are overpowered and some are underpowered, and obviously people don't like to lose, so you end up having the same fight over and over and over again, like Tyson Marciano versus Tyson, Ali versus Tyson, Tyson versus Ali, and very few people will take that risk and pick an underpowered fighter. But tonight we have an exception, because I've picked George Foreman and my opponent has picked Joe Frazier. So here we are with Big George Foreman, who's a massive hitter, very powerful, but probably one of the slowest boxers on the game, against Smokin Joe Frazier, who he's got a little bit of everything. Now the overalls, George Foreman's 84, which is a little bit underpowered, and Joe Frazier is 88. So Joe Frazier does have the edge in this fight on Fight Night Champions. But I do enjoy using Big George. I have to admit, he's slow. Any competent boxer will outbox you if you try to use Big George. But he has got to step back right. Yeah, I mean, he's got power, and so he is fun to use, because if you keep throwing that right hand over the top, it only takes one to land. Anyway, to the fight, my opponent has switched to southpaw with Joe Frazier, which I always find a bit odd. I can understand people using southpaw in OWC, because if it does give you a slight edge, then a lot of people are going to take that, advantage and try to, utilise that advantage over other players. I can understand it in OWC. You can set up your guy to, use the southpaw straight effectively, but to actually use, a head-to-head fighter and then switch him to southpaw, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because you actually, for example, you're taking away Joe Frazier's best punch. Joe Frazier's best punch is his left hook, and he's going to throw it better from the righty stance. He's not going to throw it that well from the southpaw stance. So in head-to-head, you really shouldn't be switching to southpaw unless, he is a southpaw. Someone like Joe Calzaghe's a southpaw, obviously. Then yeah, fight southpaw. But don't be switching Joe Frazier to southpaw. Well, having said that, he's still got some decent combos, and he's coming at me relatively strong, and because Big George is so slow, when we're on the inside, those hooks of Frazier are landing. That little bit extra speed of Joe Frazier is, paying for him at the moment. It's doing well. It is. So I'm going to have to try and slow him down by getting him to burn his stamina. But that's another thing about Joe Frazier on head-to-head. Joe Frazier, he's got more stamina than, I don't know, some guy who's taken 20 Viagras, and he's there all day. Oh, he's caught me, man, he's caught me.
Goes down for the first time tonight. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, well, I thought I might have got away with the stun, but he landed a couple of jabs there, didn't he? And he threw the uppercut. Never mind. Right, so that's the danger that I'm in, basically. Oh, he switched to southpaw again. Right, I'm going to have to sort of just keep throwing that right hand over the top after I've battered his body. So yeah, he's relatively dangerous, this guy. He's got some combos. I disagree with him switching to southpaw, but I mean, obviously it's working for him at the moment, so good luck to him. Right. Ooh, sneaky little headbutt at the beginning of the round.
He's fully back, just sitting on that stool. To the belt line he goes with a left hand.
Right, so I'm trying to bang his body now, just to let him waste his shots and try and get him to burn his stamina.
And you see what he can do when
a little dirty there, because he's coming at me strong. I thought a little punch to the crown jewels wouldn't go amiss.
Nice work by Joe Frazier.
Oh, he's tired, he's wasting shots there. If I'd caught him with one punch there, he probably would have gone. Oh, he's got me again! Right, one of the good things about Big George, he does have a good block. Actually, Frazier has a good block too. It's the cross block, and it's pretty effective at defending against multiple shots, especially if you pump block the way I am. So I managed to survive that scare there. That 2 knockdowns would have been difficult to recover from.
Not much caution here. He's just made a decision that, heck, I got to try to end this fight any way I can after being hurt myself.
So yeah, he's me saying he shouldn't fight southpaw. At the moment, he's giving Big George a bit of a pounding. But every now and then I do catch him with that big right hand over the top. And as I said, it only takes one.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by George.
In my opinion, the step back straight with George Foreman, he's probably one of the best players on the game for that step back straight. If it lands, and if it lands right, the other guy's just flat. I've had many a one punch KO with Big George just doing that step back straight.
Foreman's combination punching is just perfect.
Oh, I'm landing now though, it's getting through. You see, he's using his speed, which is sensible. When I'm on the inside, he opens up with those hooks, and he's so much quicker than me. I can't actually land it. I find it difficult to land.
I need you to focus. Keep your hands up. Keep working the jab, okay? Double up the jab and just keep moving. You okay? Good. I need you to use your feet.
So yeah.
Go around the ring more.
Yeah, in the real fight, Foreman Frazier, Foreman absolutely smashed Frazier. But I don't know what you guys think. When I watched that fight, Frazier looked a little bit out of shape. He didn't look like he did when he fought Ali those 2 or 3 times. But I'm not saying, I'm not making any excuses, but George did kill him that night, but he did look a little bit flabby to me. Oh, Joe.
That's kind of the way this guy fights.
Great fighter though, Joe Frazier, another true warrior. That third fight with Ali, the thriller in Manila, I still think it's up there, one of the classic boxing matchups of all time. Like, I don't know if the rumours are true either, but I've read and heard that I think Joe Frazier fought that 14th round blind. He was blind in one eye before the fight started apparently, and Ali closed his other eye during the fight, and he fought the 14th round blind, and he wanted to go out for the 15th, God bless him, but his corner wouldn't let him. But what a fight that is, man. Ali's outboxing him, and then I think round 4, 5, 6 all of a sudden Joe Frazier starts landing some body shots, and what a fight that is. The third one I think is the best one, to be honest with you.
That worked out really well, throwing off the right hand.
So yeah, anyway, trying to land the chicken wing over the top here. Oh, and I've landed it! That'll do me. He's backing off, throwing the jab, which a lot of players do when they're stunned, and he's got away with it.
Punch combo by Joe Frazier. Didn't get it done going to the body there.
We're both shattered, we're both still thrown. What a fight, man. He tried the little side step there and the hook.
Teddy, something's got to change defensively because this guy's getting taxed consistently.
Trying to land that one big power straight over the top, but I can't catch him.
Needs to improve that accuracy, missed with the headshot.
Boom, I caught him there, chicken wing.
And that's the end of round 4.
See, if I was him, if I was my opponent here, using Joe Frazier, I would actually switch now back to righty, because surely he uses, or he's used to using Joe as a righty. So he's up, I think. He's winning the round. He's stunned me. He's had me down. He's doing okay. If he switched now, it would confuse me, and he would probably be more comfortable fighting right-handed. I'm only guessing that he's not actually a southpaw in real life. If he's a southpaw in real life, maybe he switched for a reason. But no, he is fighting right-handed now, and he's throwing a lazy jab, so he's obviously fatigued. I don't think I'm too much better off than him. But those right chicken wings there, that right hand was getting to him. But I think he's definitely fatigued. I think I should start forcing the fight.
I know a lot of people are going to say Teddy's just an aggressive fighter. No, he understands in his corner.
Yeah, he's looking fatigued to me. You can just see in the movement, his shoulders drop, he throws a punch, and he's just not as, he's not as quick. His punches aren't as stiff as what they were earlier. I'm going to catch him here. He's wasting that jab now.
Nice block by Foreman.
Someone's flicking the jab out like that, the side step uppercut always devastates him. But for some reason, I think it's because of George's speed. I think he's a bit slow. I can't really master the side step uppercut with him. The uppercut's too slow. You sidestep and you sort of try and swing this big woofing uppercut up. Oh, I'm catching him now. And he'll jab or hook and he'll catch you before you have. Oh, boom! Down he goes. See, I was chasing him then, and he wasn't having it, and that right hand got through. So yeah, as I was saying, the side step uppercut with George Foreman, I do find it hard to pull it off because the uppercut's too slow, and it just takes a jab or a hook to stop it. So I think that's evened it up a bit. Frazier, he's been down, I've been down, but Frazier is looking shattered and he's now switched back to southpaw. Oh, another chicken wing right, and down he goes. This is telling me he is knackered, which is surprising because it's Joe Frazier who has got loads and loads of stamina. I don't know how many punches he's actually thrown early. That's been quite an exciting fight without a doubt. But to tire out Joe Frazier takes some doing.
So Joe Frazier goes down and now rises to his feet.
And he's got the southpaw again, which is a bit silly considering you've just been knocked down straight away. Using the southpaw stance. Boom! And down he goes again.
But I don't think he has it in him.
Bosh! Off his chin. Down goes Frazier.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll tell you what though, this guy's got some heart to get up again. He's that takes some doing to get up the fourth time.
Yeah, I applaud him. I give him credit, but I also
give him a little threat there at the end, saying you're dead the next round.
A round in which we did see the knockdown when a fighter comes back to the corner, having just been floored. Typically, how are they acting? What are you seeing out of them?
Just imagine.
So let's see if we can end this fight early.
Somebody hit you from behind. You dropped. You're afraid to go in that room again. So put a light on in that room and explain to him why he got dropped. He will not be afraid to go back in that room.
Good, solid double jab by Joe Frazier. Frazier's in
I'm going for the big one now. Big right hand, little push straight there. Big right hand, big right hand, big right hand, big right hand, big right hand. Got to be careful not to wear myself out here, because if he cracks me.
Great work offensively.
Oh, he's cracked me.
Rushed by a big right hand.
That's tempting Providence. That's Sod's Law. You talk about getting cracked, and he cracks.
I like like that step back right there.
Right, get that block up, pump block. Let him waste his shot. You remember he's already tired and now he's throwing those hooks at me. Lovely uppercut. He walked on over there.
The beginning of the punch and the end of the punches.
Foreman's hitting the mark right now. How precise was he there with that three-punch?
Those big right hands. As I said, it only takes one to land. Oh,
he took a shot,
boom!
but he came back with a right hand of his own. Good job. It was sudden. It was fast.
Coming up with those hooks. Nice chicken wing over the top. Wouldn't go miss.
Frazier's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination.
Boom. Lovely right hand. It's coming at me again with those hooks.
Frazier's lack of defense, especially when it comes with just getting away from that right hand, is really costing him a lot here.
Well, it's pretty simple. The old timers would say,
uppercut. Boom! Right hand chicken wing. And he's rocked. Boom. Big right hand. Well, I don't think we'll get up this time. What a punch by Big George Foreman. Two, three, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
and he's out.
That's it. The fight is over. Frazier smashed and he can't get up. Unable to beat the count.
Right, thanks for watching the fight. Hope you enjoyed it. And a quick shout out to Mad Titan 69, who was my opponent. Shout out to you, mate, and a shout out to all you Fight Night players out there. Keep punching, and I'll see you next time. Alright, bye for now.